Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sew with Loveyben of Love's World. In today's video, we'll be learning how to cut and sew this stylish skirt with drawstring. If this is what you're interested in, please stay tuned with us in this video. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always staying with us. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, like and comment. Now, we'll dive into the video proper. So guys, to cut out this skirt, you'll be putting your material in a triangular form like this. When you put your material in a triangular form, you'll be dividing your waist by 4. I'm using a waist of 32 divided by 4. It will give, so I'll add 1 inch allowance to that 8, making it 9. Then you will locate where you have your measurement. For me, I got my 9 here. Yes, you can see it. I got my 9 here. So I'll go ahead and mark it. Just like this. I'll go ahead and mark it like this. Then I'll determine my length. I'll be using a full length of 35. Then plus 1.5 inch for piping. We're removing my 2 inches flange before marking the 35. Now 35 plus 1.5 inch for piping. Then you mark it. Place your tape this way. Mark it. Place your tape this way and mark it. So when you are done marking, you will come up to this waistline. You'll be adding your half an inch. You'll be adding your half an inch at the top of the line. You'll be adding your 0.5 inch. Anything below the line you created, anything below it to make your waist to be more wider. We don't proceed to cut this out. We'll be using this material to cut our back piece. Just do the same thing you did for. I'll be making my 1.5 as my zip allowance. So I'll be making my 1. You must have placed your front piece on another material for your back piece. You'll proceed on. I'll notch my zip allowance for me to know where it starts. I'll notch it. Now I'll open up this zip allowance. We'll be working on the front fabric, the front skirt. Now, to determine where you want your thread to be, I will flip this to the right side for you to understand what I'm doing. Now, you will determine where you want the effect to be. Is either you want it here or you want it here. But for me, I want my sleeve to. I'll determine the length of my sleeve. You can make your fitting system depending on how you want it to be, or you can still even make it an active to it. It's all your choice. But for me, I'll be making use of. For me, I'll be making use of. I'll drop this shop and use this one because I'm working on the right side of this. I'll be marking 18. Then I'll be marking my nipple to nipple measurement. Then I'll be marking my nipple to nipple measurement from here. My nipple to nipple is 3.2. So I'll mark my 3.2. Now, because when you start imputing the measurement 3.2, you know, just roll this to meet the 18 inches you marked for your length. I'll go ahead to open my sleeve. Be very careful for you not to cut the other side of this. I'll flip to the other side to get the other effects. I want the length of this one to be 19. So from here, I'll measure 19. I'll measure 19. Then my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.2. I want my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.2. I'll use the ruler to connect into a straight. The next thing to do is to open this up. Open this up. This is what we have. It's either you pipe this, but I want my own to have a clean finishing. So I'll be placing another material under this. I'll be cutting through here, just as you see me doing. Determine how wide I want this to be. Make your own 2 inches, 3 inches, depending on what you have. I think I'm making use of 2 inches here, 2.5 here. Now you place this front side facing the front side of the piece of the front piece. After doing that, you go back to your machine and use half an inch to sew through here. You'll be using half an inch to sew here. After that, you flip this to the back, then you can use your hemming gun to hold it. So I'll go over to my machine now to do so. So guys, this is what it will look like when you are done. When you are done stitching here with your half an inch. So the next thing to do is that you'll be flipping this to the back. You will flip this, but before flipping this, make sure to take your time to notch these places. Just take your time to notch these places. It will make your skirt so relaxed. So when you're done, you flip to the back. You will flip this to the back, or to the back, and you use your hemming gun to hold it at the back. Then after doing so, you will come over here. After doing so, you will come over here. Measure what you have here. I have 19 here. I have 19 here. So I will cut a fabric of 19 inches length. I'll make a bias with this fabric, as you can see. You will make a bias with this fabric. Cut a long piece, fold it by 0.5, then iron it down. When you are done doing that, you will place this here. You will place this here. You will place this here. You will first sew the edge down. You will sew the edge, hold down the edge down. Then after doing that, you will come to the middle and run a stitch down. You will, after sewing the two edges, you will now come to the middle and run a stitch down. When you are done, you will notice that you have two openings. I don't know if you're getting me. When you are done stitching this, you will notice that you have two openings here. That is where you will insert your rope. Then go ahead and pipe a long rope. So just go ahead and pipe a long rope, two of them. After doing that, you will insert this rope, one through the opening of the first edge, then the other one through the other opening. When you are done doing that, you will go ahead and cut your band. When you are done doing that, you will go ahead and cut your band. Measure what you have on your waist. You have to measure what you have on your waist. Measure what you have on your waist. I have 17 inches here. So I will put a band 2.5 unfold. When you open, you have 5 inches. So this is 2.5 unfold. I'll cut out the length of my material. 2.5 unfold. I'll cut out the length of my material. Remember that I got 17 inches here, but I made mine 19 inches. So I'll still take the measurement on the waistline of my back piece. Then I'll still cut the band for it. Remember 2.5 unfold. You attach your band like this. Right side of the band facing the wrong side of this material. Then after sewing round, you flip it to the front. When you flip it to the front, you notice that the front side of the band will turn to the front side of the material. Then you use 0.5 to hold it down. If you don't understand this part of this band, I have a tutorial on how to sew a skirt. Just go there and watch it. You will see how I fixed this band. I explained it so well there. Go over to my video on how to sew a basic skirt. You will see how I fixed this band proper. So I will go over to my machine to do all this. So guys, this is what we have here. As you can see that. This is it. As you can see. This is it. So if you like, you can still leave it this way. Remember, you first insert this rope, then stitch here. Secure the rope here before adding your waistband. This is our waistband. This is our waistband. After joining your waistband, what you have to do is to head over your sewing machine. This will serve as a guideline for you to insert your zip. You know, while we are drafting this, while we are cutting this, we brought out 1.5 inch for our zip allowance. Now, after fixing your band, you go over to your machine and mark down that 1.5 from the waistline to the hemline. Then after marking it, just run a stitch down from the waist to the hemline. But don't stitch the waistline here because you will still lose these stitches to add your zip. So when you must have done that, when you must have run a stitch from your waistline to your hemline, the next thing you will do is to get your zip, then loosen up this waistline and mark to the point you want your zip to be. You can make your length 10 or 11. You get it. So when you get the point, when you get the length, stitch there to avoid the stitch losing. That's your zip. Remember to pipe the hemline of your skirt. Make sure to pipe the hemline of your skirt. Then after doing so, you will place your back, after inserting your zip, you will place your back, you place your basket with the front, you will place it right side facing each other. You will place it right side facing each other. So when you do that, make sure the edges are equal. When you do that, you'll be using one inch to run it down. You'll be using 1 inch to run it down. When you are done, just put on your skirt and see the thickness in this skirt.